All right, here's your homework practicing sequences and series. So determine about the sequence 2, 24, 42, 6. So you're adding 20 every time. That makes it arithmetic. And the formula then would be the common difference, and then you have the first term is 2. So there's the formula. And then it says find the 52nd term. So then we plug in 52 and get our answer. I get 1022. Again, I'm just going to write a rule for this. So I'm adding 200 every time, and the first term is 25, and then find the 52nd term. So plug in 52 into this formula. And you get 10,225. As always, you should do it first, right? And as you do quizzes and your exam coming up, you need to know how to do this, not just copy the video to get credit for your grade book. The rule here, it's going down by 5, and the first term is 17. And then to find the 52nd term, I plug in 52 into there. So you would get negative 238. Again, write a rule. So it's going down by 10, and the first term is negative 11. Then plug 52 in here, and then solve it. So negative 10, and then 52 take away 1 is 51. So I'm going times 51, take away 11, and I get negative 521. The next group of questions, if I give you two random terms, can you find the 52nd and the explicit formula? So to find the common difference, we have to go y2 minus y1, kind of the slope formula, right? To be able to understand it. And then 33 take away 20. So I'll do that first. So 996 take away 606. That's 390 over 13. That's 30. So the common difference here is 30. The formula then would be 30 n minus, I'm going to use 20 plus 606. And then to find the 52nd term, plug 52 into here and get your answer. Subtract 20 plus 60, or 606, I mean. And I get 1,566. So again, you should try. So I'm going to go negative 22, subtract 2, and 31, take away 19. I get the answer negative 2. The formula then would be negative 2, n minus 19, plus 2. And then plug in 52 into that formula. And I get negative 64. Number 7, try it. So 7,389 take away 3,589, and then 38 take away 19. So I know the bottom is 19. Using my calculator. And then I think that's 200. Yep. And then the formula, we'd use 200, and then the 19th term is that, 3,589. And then to find the 52nd term, I plug it into this. And I get 10,189. All right, again, I'm going to subtract. Now make sure when you subtract a negative, you're adding. So when I subtract negative 86, you're adding. And then 40 take away 10 is 30. So I'm going to put that in my calculator. So negative 326 plus 86. And then divide by 30, and I think I get negative 8. So there's the common difference. So the formula would be negative 8, and then n minus 10, subtract 86, and then to find the 52nd term, you plug 52 into here. Again, this is 10. So 52 take away 10, or 42 take away 86, and I get negative 422. All right, find the 8th term. So when I look here, this is no longer arithmetic, it's geometric because you're multiplying. And so you're multiplying by 6. So the formula would be a1 times r to the exponent n minus 1. So the first term and the common ratio to n minus 1. And then the 8th term would be plugging 8 into that formula. So I'm going to go negative 3 times 6 to the 7, because 8 take away 1 is 7. And I get negative 839,808. Again, I want to write a formula, so I know the common ratio is negative 2. So the formula then would be 2, negative 2 to the n minus 1. And then to find the 8th term, plug 8 into there. And I get negative 256. All right, you should try this one first. Press pause. All right, did you get the same formula? And then plug in 8 to know what the 8th term is. See if you get the same answer as me. Negative 384. Again, press pause. See if you can get the same formula before I do it. That's the same as just 5 to the exponent n minus 1. And then plug in 8 to get your answer. 78,125. All right, evaluate the related series of each sequence. So if this is a series, if I'm adding up this series, what type is it? So I am adding, subtracting 8 every time. So the common difference is negative 8. I'm going to use you could just add these numbers if you wanted to, but I'm going to use a formula. So the formula is, so I'm going to add how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to say how many terms I have. 1, 2, 3, 4 terms divided by 2. The first term, and then the last term, and then put it all together. And that's negative 104. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to go 7 over 2, 21 plus 63. And that's 294. Again, we have 4 terms, so it's 4 divided by 2, 8 plus 38. That's 92. Again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 terms divided by 2. The first term plus the last term. And that's 175. All right, how about sigma notation? If it's linear, which it is, then we have 30 terms. Plug in 1 for n, and 5 times 1 plus 3, and then plug in 30 for the last term. So 5 times 30 is 150 plus 3. And then put that in the calculator. And you get 2,415. Again, it's linear, so it's arithmetic. So we have 9 terms. Plug in 1. Plug in 9. That's 36. Take away 3. And then use your calculator. I get 153. Again, it's linear, so we have 45 terms. Plug in 1, plug in 45. That's 450. Take away 4. And then type it in. I get 10,170. Next one. We have 40 terms. Plug in 1, that's -4. Plug in 40, that's 80, take away 4. 6, 80, take away 6. And then put that in your calculator. I didn't even need a calculator for that. 1,400. All right, now the last questions. Add this up. So it says it's geometric. I need to know that r is equal to 6. That's what you're multiplying by. We have 7 terms, and the first term is -1. So the formula goes with the first term, 1 minus r to the n, and then 1 minus r on the bottom, and then use your calculator. You get -55,987. Next, number 22. Try it first. Can you add this up? So again, we have something that's geometric. The first term, the common ratio, what are you multiplying times? To the exponent 7, and then, oops, that's 1 minus 6 to 7, and this is 1 minus 6. There's the formula. And then type it in. And I get 223,948. Again, try it. The first term, 1 minus, the r is 3 to the exponent 9 over 1 minus 3. Practice till you get that formula down. That's negative 9,841. One more time, your chance. Can you set this up and use your calculator right? Press pause and try it first. So the first term. Now, the common ratio here is negative, so put parentheses around that negative number to the exponent 8. When you subtract a negative, that's why it's plus 4. And then type it in. See if we can type it in correctly. And you get negative 39,321. All right, sigma notation. This is exponential. The variable's in the exponent. That makes it geometric. So again, we need a long fraction. The first term, plug 1 in. 1 take away 1 is 0. 2 to the 0 is 1. So this is negative 4. The base is the common ratio. And we have 9 terms. So we plug it into the formula. The more we practice, right, you're going to remember that formula. And that's negative 2044. Again, it's exponential, so it's geometric. If I plug in 1, 1 is the first term, because 1 take away 1 is 0, and 4 to the 0 is 1. And then the formula, 1 subtract the base to how many terms we have over 1 subtract 4. And that's 87,381. Number 27. Again, it's exponential. Plug in 1, you get 1. The base is 3 to the exponent 7, because we have 7 terms over 1 minus 3. And you get 1,093. Again, it's exponential. Plug 1 in, and you get the answer negative 1. The base is negative 2 to the exponent 9. And then when you subtract a negative, it's really 1 plus 2. So there's the setup. And you get negative 171. All right, last group. How about these infinite ones? So it matters about that ratio. So if you take the absolute value, is that number less than 1? It is, so we have a formula. So it's A1, so when you plug in 1, you're left with 8.1 over 1 subtract that common ratio, which is negative 0.5. So there's your formula. And I get 5.4. I just went 8.1 divided by 1.5 because that's adding. So again, negative a third, the positive that's less than 1. So we have a formula. So the first term is negative 324 over 1 subtract negative a third. And I get negative 27. All right, again, 0.5, that means that it converges. So our first term over 1 minus 0.5 is 13.2. Last one, 0.6 is smaller than 1, so we can use the formula. So the first term is negative 8.1, and then 1 minus 0.6, so negative 8.1 divided by, and I get negative 20.25. And that's it. Good job practicing. I hope that helped to be able to remember the formulas, basic things on sequences and series. Mr. G Math, over and out.